Yeah, so we've really built this trailer with being interactive in mind. We didn't want to just build some static classroom lecture type trailer. So this has Wi-Fi connectivity, so there's several devices within the trailer. There's a smart home, a hub, if you will, that can control lighting, it can control the TV, solar and battery storage on site that's connected to Wi-Fi, and we really want you to come in and play with it and use it.
This is Middle Tennessee Electric's Plugged In podcast. This podcast focuses on the world of electric vehicles. It is for all EV enthusiasts. Whether you are an early adopter and have been driving an EV for years, or you're just starting your research, this podcast is for you.
Hello, I'm Brandon Wagner.
And I'm Amy Byers, and welcome to MTE's Plugged In podcast. You may have noticed today, if you're watching online, that we are in a new location. We are visiting MTE's new EnergyHub trailer, and we will be talking with Tim Suddoth, who is the Energy Services Supervisor for Middle Tennessee Electric, and he's going to tell us a little bit about this new EnergyHub trailer. So before we get started, Tim, welcome first to the podcast. We're glad to have you here. Can we start with you telling us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about what your job entails?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for the invite. Always happy to talk about our brand new toy here. So my name's Tim. I am the MTE Energy Services Supervisor and Distributed Energy Resources Supervisor, and my role at MTE is to help our members save on their energy bills, also guide them through solar projects, whether that's residential or commercial, and help them make the best energy choices for their homes. I've been with Middle Tennessee Electric now for 6 years, and prior to that I have a building science and solar industry background. So happy to be here and show you guys some of these great features we have to show you.
Well, great. Well, we're all very excited about this new tool. It's been definitely a buzz around the office talking about it, and I know as we got here this morning and you're setting it all up, you know, this is the third time I've seen it, yeah. and I see something new every time. Yeah. So there's always something to learn here. But tell us a little bit, what exactly is the EnergyHub trailer, and then kind of tell us why. Why did MTE decide that we needed to invest in this and have this for our members?
Sure. So the EnergyHub trailer was a concept that we've been talking about for several years now, and we really wanted to meet our members out in the community. My team is responsible for going out to homes and doing a lot of in-person energy evaluations, but due to the size of our cooperative, we wanted a way to reach more people and meet them where they are. So the concept and the vision was, well, let's kind of build a smart home on wheels and take what we do in the home in person, and instead of doing, you know, 1 or 2 or 4 evaluations a day, if we can meet them at a ballpark on a Saturday afternoon or something, we can hit or a Lowe's or a Home Depot parking lot, you know, in the spring or fall when everyone's there getting their mulch. We could really capture a much wider range of our membership, and the intent and the goal is really to educate them on how to make smarter energy choices throughout their home. There's a lot of smart technology out there, and this trailer has pretty much all those features within it. And you can buy these products yourselves, you can have people install them for you, and we want to help educate them on how to use them and where to find them. And that was kind of the vision and the goal behind building this trailer was, instead of doing, you know, 10 or 20 evaluations a week, let's go talk to 100, 200, 300 people, you know, at the ballpark or in a, you know, Lowe's parking lot or something like that, and really kind of meet them in the community versus us having to go to them.
Now, just to clarify, you're still doing the energy audits.
Yes.
Correct. We're not. This isn't replacing the energy audits. This is just broadening our reach.
Correct. Yes. We do free in-home energy evaluations for any of our members. So if you're interested in that and you want to have somebody come to your house and look at this stuff, we can do that for free as well.
So we've talked about you taking this out to the ballpark or wherever to help our members with their energy use. But what I need to know is exactly how can a trailer help our members with their energy use?
Yeah, so we've really built this trailer with being interactive in mind. We didn't want to just build some static classroom lecture type trailer. So this has Wi-Fi connectivity, so there's several devices within the trailer. There's a smart home, a hub, if you will, that can control lighting. It can control the TV, HVAC system, and we've got solar and battery storage on site that's connected to Wi-Fi. And we really want you to come in and play with it and use it. And there's also several static demonstrations as well as literature for things to be looking for when you're buying new appliances. Attic insulation and wall insulation are two things that we have a lot of problems with here, especially in the attic. Over time, it just gets compressed, and we've got demonstrations in here that show you what it should look like, what the values should be. So we've got a little bit of everything in there, whether it's, you know, something more old school like attic insulation and water heaters, or something, you know, if you have those things already and you're looking to further your energy savings with smart home technology, we can show you how to use that as well.
Yeah. So that's going to be really neat to get out there and visit. And I just want to let all our listeners know that we are actually at the Lebanon office, and we're apparently very near an airport. So if you hear planes, you'll understand what's going on here. But anyway.
Well, Tim, you know, I'm a data nerd. I like to see how things are performing, right? And so, like with my EV, I track how much I'm charging and how many miles I'm getting and stuff like that. I know there are a lot of apps with this trailer, and you talked about some of the controls there. I'm assuming that you use some apps for that. And then what about like apps that do data acquisitions? What kind of things can you learn about?
Yeah, so we do have several apps within the trailer. We purchased Google products as the main suite, so the speaker, the hub, the lighting is all the Nest thermostat. They're all Google products. The battery storage system is made by Tesla, so there's a Tesla app. And one of the best features, in my opinion, is the smart breaker panel, which has also got its own app, and it identifies all the power output that is coming through each circuit within the trailer. And I think that's really the future of new home construction, and it really gives you just insane data. You know, if you're into data, you really should get one of those at some point. You know, if you're looking at upgrading your electrical infrastructure in your home, or you're building a new house, it's certainly something that really can help you save a ton of money, because you'll be able to identify. You can log into the app, you can see what your HVAC is pulling during, you know, auxiliary heat mode versus regular heating mode, and really get just a very clear picture of what is happening within your walls and circuits, and that can really help you manage your loads.
So this is kind of like a try before you buy situation for our members then. You know, if they are, you know, like you said, getting ready to build a house, and they're like, do we want to? Because that's the perfect time to integrate all the smart technologies in the building process. So, you know, what do we really need? What would we use? What do we want? And they can come here, look at all the features, and decide we want it all, or, you know, I don't know that we would actually use this. Let's just go here and here and here. So it's a great situation for our members. But I have, you know, what about the member who doesn't really want a smart home? Maybe they're not into all these technologies. They just want to flip the switch and the light come on, but they don't really want a high electric bill. So right. What can the trailer do for them?
Yeah, so, you know, I mentioned several just static displays as well. So things like the attic insulation, the water heater. You know, some of energy efficiency is really about your habits. And we really want to instill in people, like, just have good energy habits. You know, we all have good habits and bad habits, but, you know, not leaving the lights on. And part of the whole smart home idea within this trailer is, you know, maybe not do everything all at once. If you have an existing home and you don't want to, you know, start by redoing the entire house with all these smart home devices, start with one, you know, and see how you like it, use it, play with it. But we're also trying to kind of bring that barrier down, that it's really hard to set up and it's really hard to use. I don't have all of these technologies in my home, but I built this trailer, and it wasn't really that hard getting it all set up. And it's been really easy. You know, this trailer sets up in about an hour, and that's connecting all the devices after they've been sitting offline. And it really isn't that difficult, and we don't want people to be scared of it. So come try it first, kind of like you were saying earlier, and use it, play with it, see if you like it or don't. But
and the beauty is that you have people that will be on site that can teach you. I think, you know, that I have, you know, a lot of times family members and stuff, we all have like the Ecobee thermostats, and so and I got the Ecobee because our coworker
right.
Jordan had the Ecobee, and I was like, if I can't figure it out, I'm going to ask Jordan.
Right.
So now my family all got it because they're like, if I can't figure it out, I'm going to ask Amy. So it's almost like, all of our members have someone they can ask, because your team, you have 4 members on your team plus y'all all know how to do all of this stuff. So even if you get it at home and you're like, oh my goodness, I forgot how to do this, what can do, I mean, they can just call you and y'all can talk them through it.
Yeah, we can certainly help people navigate it. And, there's just a lot of benefits to having it. If you go out of town, why do you need your water heated for 5-7 days while you're gone? You don't. Why do you need your heat or air conditioning running for 5 or 7 days? And you can set these things to a preset vacation mode, and that's a significant amount that it can save you on your energy bills, especially those bigger loads. Lighting, some of the smaller stuff like lighting and whatnot may not save you a ton of money, but you really want to try to have control over those big energy consumers like your water heater, like your HVAC systems, especially if you have 2, 3, 4 of them.
So Tim, the Plugged In podcast has primarily been an EV focused podcast, but in the last couple of weeks we've been talking about some different technologies that I think our EV owners are also interested in. But what about the EnergyHub trailer? Is there anything that the EnergyHub trailer has that kind of relates to electric vehicles?
Yeah, I think the solar and battery energy storage system go hand in hand with electric vehicle owners and those products. They're very similar in the nature and in the way that they work. The Tesla battery system has got an app that you can log into, and it shows you the state of the charge, how many hours of storage you have available. And I think at some point you may even be able to use your car, whether it's a Tesla or a Leaf or something like that, in the event of an outage to run your home, these Ford Lightnings. So they're very similar in terms of their nature, but we definitely have a kind of mock-up EV charging station as well. There'll be a Lightning at several of the events that we'll be talking with members about. And then we also have some EV literature on some of the windows in our garage area of the trailer. So we've tried to incorporate a little bit of everything, because we know that that's where the transportation industry is going. And at our first event, I would say the majority of our questions were surrounding solar, battery storage, and electric vehicles. So that's where there was a lot of interest. And electric vehicles are very well known for their technology aspect and all the cool features within them, singing and the light shows and all that stuff. So this trailer will definitely have a little bit of something for everyone, including electric vehicle owners.
Tim, I think EnergyHub is actually, as you're talking, it's the perfect name for this thing, because you've got energy coming in from the grid. You talked about solar. You talked about it's distributing to cars, and maybe one day it comes from the cars. And but I am curious, the solar. I know you showed. We're going to take a tour here in a few minutes, but you showed the app. It looks like the Tesla app. Tell me a little bit about how the solar works, and what do people need to know about that?
So the trailer can be run from the grid and charged from the grid, or the solar and battery storage system. It can run off of it for 24 plus hours. So if we disconnect it from the grid and go put it out in a field somewhere, it'll run by itself for about a day or two. So the concept here that we were going for is to mimic what a typical residential setup with solar and battery storage would look like. I'd say 95–96% of the installations we're seeing are designed like this, and there's several benefits associated with it. You can reduce your energy consumption obviously during the day. Solar's producing electricity, it's feeding that into the house, and it's also charging up the batteries at the same time. But then when the sun goes down at night, you're sitting there with several batteries full of electricity. You can discharge that into the home, help reduce your electric bill even more. Or you can have that energy storage, if there's an ice storm or tornado or something forecasting, you can program it to say, hey, cut off from sending to the grid. I want to keep it for myself, and prepare yourself for a weather event. So we've really tried to, again, mimic what a real world situation would look like with the solar and the battery storage, and how it can help you save money, how it may help you in a weather event or, you know, a grid situation. And again, it's a very real life scenario here. There's 3 400-watt panels up on the roof, and we have 2 Tesla batteries in the storage compartment up front, which hold about 28 kilowatt hours of storage. So that would easily run a house through the evening.
So just a really quick follow-up. I see the TV on, the air conditioner is running. What's powering that right now? Is it plugged into the grid, or?
No, it is running solely off the battery storage and solar. So, you know, if we've got it parked outside and it's a great day like today, the battery system will run all the loads within the trailer, AC, TV, refrigerator, all that stuff, and the solar power will continue to recharge those batteries as it's using energy. So it's kind of like a cycle, and you just want to continue this cycle throughout the day and through the evening.
So we've only had the EnergyHub trailer for just a few months. It made its debut April the 22nd at Rutherford County's Earth Day celebration. I know you've got a lot of events planned, one of which is June 10th, which is tomorrow, which is our EV Car Club Supercharge event. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But tell us some other places you're going to be.
Yeah, we have an event tonight, June 9th, at the Smyrna Outdoor Adventure Center. We've also got it planned to be at the Williamson County Fair and the Wilson County Fair in August. So they'll be out there for, I think it's like 26 days total or so. It's going to be a very busy August, but and we've got more stuff kind of in the pipeline, but nothing yet confirmed.
So I know you've said there's a lot of places you're going to be, but what if someone has an event that they want you to be at? What if someone can people request y'all to come, or I mean, how does that work?
Yes, so we will be taking requests to bring this out to your school or your business or maybe your homeowners association or something like that. A couple of different ways: mte.com/EnergyHub, or you can email energyservices@mte.com to request it. You know, we just have to make sure we've got the manpower to come out and handle the event, but happy to work with any community organizations or anybody that wants it at their event. We really want to get this thing out there and meet you where you are. So, yeah, fill it up.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for being here. This has been so informative. And before you leave, Brandon and I want a tour. So we're gonna video the tour of the trailer, and we will link that if you're listening, or if you're not, and if you're watching us, either way, it's going to be linked in the show notes. So you can just go down in the notes, click on that, and you can see the tour that we're fixing to get of the EnergyHub trailer. Again, thank you so much. And if you would like more information on the MTE's new EnergyHub trailer, or if you want to, schedule your event, you can go to mte.energyhub. Hopefully soon there will be a form on that page. If it's not there, check back. It's in the works. So hopefully it'll be there soon. If it's not there, you can just email energyservices@mte.com to say, hey, we want you to come out to our event. And as I said earlier, we want to circle back. Brandon, you want to talk a little bit about the EV Car Club event?
Sure. So our Supercharged Cruise In is tomorrow. And this is our second annual event that we've just had just for us. We've had presences at different other events, but last year really kind of blew my mind. We had a big group show up, and we had a lot of folks that showed up and didn't have their car yet. So this year they're going to come with their car. I'm really excited. We've got a pretty fun morning planned for everybody. So come out, check out some cars, meet some folks, build your community. It's going to be a great day. We got some food and some giveaways, and it's going to be great.
Right. So again, that is tomorrow, June the 10th, from 9 to 12, and it's at MTE's Franklin office, which is at 2156 Edward Curd Lane in Franklin, Tennessee. And we're definitely looking forward to seeing everybody in person and meeting everybody. So as always, if you have any questions or have topics you would like for us to discuss, please email us at evcarclub@mte.com. And for more information on MTE's Drive EV programs or the EV Car Club, please visit driveev.com. Until next time, plug in, power up, and drive safe.